Hello. So, let's see. Tonight I finished the what are they? The blueprint tutorials on how to make a third-person game from the ground up. Which hooray! Because I've done a lot of blueprints tutorials at this point. So next I'm going to take a break from blueprints because well they are very important. It's fun to keep it changed up. So I'll try something else next. But anyways, um, what I got a good hour and a half to 2 hours in. But anyways, what's going on now? First there's where is he? He's basically this thing right here is where the character starts out. But anyways, here's my character. And a couple things to note, I'll explain as we get there. But I added these two little guys, these collision objects that are on his fists, so he can punch things. Um, but anyways, okay, so back to his event graph. When he punches or when I hold down the mouse to punch, it says set is punching to true, and when I let go, set is punching to false. Also here, it turns the colliders, those things on his fists, on and off. So if punching is on, set collision enabled, and right here is where it says collision enabled. And for which ones? Well, the objects that are right here and right here. So if you want to reference these, you can just drag them on out, and there's a reference to them. Anywho, so this one turns collision on, this one turns collision off, and that's all there is to that. Oh, except for to make these guys connect to those hands, those bones. Right here during the construction script is where I did that. So let's see, punch collision left, which is that sphere. During creation, it says take this target and parent it to the mesh. And which mesh, or this mesh is that whole mesh, but in particular the hand L socket. And the sockets are over in the bone system. So anyways, there's a socket called hand L and hand R, and yeah, that's what these guys. So it's saying, hey, take the punch collision right one and attach it to the hand R. So anyways, that's how those get attached. Forgot to compile. And then okay, so over here in the event graph for this guy, under his main event graph, when you call punch, it starts the punch montage play. Down here, it's constantly going to be checking, are you still punching? And if it is still punching, that's cool. It's not going to do anything. If you're done punching, however, and you stop on punching 1, which is what this is. If you finish punching one animation, then down here it says, to montage jump to the next animation in our montage sets, and it is punch end 1. And down here also, if a notify is sent out, it says you're done, it's false, you're done punching and you just wrapped up punching number 2 animation, so that's the left hand, then do punch end number 2 next. So that's how that goes. And yeah, this is all the stuff we set up last time to actually get the punch to trigger. This one actually triggers it. And then there's the anim graph. Now here's some tricky stuff, which is actually pretty cool. So because if I just have him punch, and I don't do anything else in here, I just have if I have this guy just plugged directly into this guy, then when he goes into punching, his legs are gonna go into his punching stance and just go flat while he punches. So I could be running around, but his feet are just gonna drag across the ground, and so you don't want that. You want him to actually run and be punching. So that's where this comes in. So you have your initial state machine, which is where his running and his running speed gets declared, and then this this right here sets a cache. So it takes whatever you are right now, puts it into a cache, and then you can use a layered blend to bring his running legs and his punching upper half together. So the cache right here gets plugged in as is. And this part, um, yeah, which will be his punching and such. Or is this one his punching and stuff? I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. So this one's his punching and stuff. This one is him, yeah, this one is him running. This one is him punching and stuff. And so what we have here is this is saying blend those two together. Well, but we want it blended at a particular bone, and so this down here under config, when you set up a branch filter, you just click the little plus symbol, and under bone name you type spine 1, which is, if we go to the skeleton and we check out spine 1, which is right here, this bone. Whoop. Yeah, right there. So it's saying, once we find our way back to the graph, this guy right here is saying from spine 1, up, do the punching animation, and from spine 1 down, do the running animation. And then that's the actual pose that you want to achieve. And then also on top of all that, we added, where did we add it in? Oh, right. Not there. Under the animation, if we go to animation, and then we go to run cycle, yeah, so it's not during his walk, but if he gets up to running speed, we added these little, what are they called? You can right click here and say add notify, and so we added it to play a particle effect. And so if you right click, add notify play particle, it will put this little thing on here, and then you can tell it to play a particle effect. Also make sure to uncheck attached if you want it to go push on the ground and he takes off running, but the poof stays behind. And then I did like this little tiny, fairly simple little dust poof, and that's the poof that it's calling as it goes. So if we hit play now, here we are, we got our run working, and if we look at the ground, you can kind of see those little poofs, and pluff. We could make them much darker, but it's cool. And now also, if I hold down mouse punch, he gets all roar and happy, punch, and then yeah, so he can run and punch very happily. And then also, because we put those colliders on, now if I scooch up on this guy and I punch, whoosh, there it goes. And you punch and you punch and you punch to your doom. Hopefully that resets. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, so that's that. And yeah, so went through, oh, and my computer just locked down. That's a bugger. Whoa, there we go. Okay, computer's back. So made it through all these. So that's the third person from the ground up tutorial by Zach Parrish. He's one of the best ones out there to find tutorials by. Oh, that's what happened. This finally finished. It was building textures for my Unreal sample ones. Anywho, next up, I'm doing. Oh, geez, next up it's crashing more. Bother. Well, next up I'm doing particles, because I need a break from blueprints, so I'm going to do some particles, and hopefully that should be fun. And hopefully my computer isn't crashing out for the video. So, anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. So, peace, enjoy. Oh yeah, if anybody thinks of anything else I should be setting, do let me know. Any ideas, or say you're stupid, you're setting the wrong one, that's fine. So yeah, enjoy. Peace.